Okay, let me just get my bearings and put on a couple of other features here. So what I'll do is I'm just adding to this map the towns.
Madam Co-Chair, I just wanted you and the other members of the commission to know Zach would have been here in person to present his
Sure.
map, but he was exposed to somebody who tested positive for COVID, and he's quarantining right now. So
Thank you for that clarification. And just for just so everyone else is aware, we do have a mask mandate going on right now. I know it's uncomfortable. If we could all just, I'm sorry, keep our masks on due to the recent exposure. And this is a wonderful reminder that it's out there and this is why we're doing it. So thank you for working with us. We appreciate it. Apparently it's already been tweeted that I wasn't wearing a mask while speaking into the microphone earlier, so. Okay, so.
Okay, shall I proceed?
You're going to have to pull your mask up.
Oh, okay. I'm speaking, I'm socially distanced. You still want me to put the mask up? Okay, fine.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay,
Yeah.
so starting in the Senate plan, as we discussed before, there was a substantial part of Fairfax County that was left unassigned in the first version I did. So as I talked about before, this area is the Hybla Valley, and it's the Route 1 corridor, and then you do have some larger areas. It's Gunston and Mason Neck, and then it connects down into that same Woodbridge and Potomac area, and then Dumfries. So this, I believe, is Senator Serval's district, and while I don't know exactly where he lives, my understanding is that he used to represent District 44 in the House of Delegates. So it could be that he lives in this area. I don't know. He may have moved. I'm not sure. But this is a district that is similar to the district that exists now for Senator Serval. And then the next district over, and again, I'm showing the piece. So the piece of Fairfax County pairs with another piece of Prince William, and that's a single Senate district. And then in Prince William, I've got one Senate district that has Manassas Park, and then it comes down to Occoquan, and then this portion of the Neabsco area. And then the balance of Prince William County, which, again, when we saw in the House of Delegates plan, it's this upper portion, Catharpin, Haymarket, Gainesville, and then down here into Nokesville, and then it's got the slightly more sparsely populated central Prince William, which is less developed, and then the Forest Preserve, Prince William Forest Preserve. And then this is where I'm just going to put my roads on again. So here we have the option in the Citygate software to show different map views behind. So I'm going to choose one that has some more roads on it. And similar to what I discussed in the other plan, this sort of southern part of Fauquier County, my understanding is that, it doesn't always associate itself with the farther northern part of Fauquier County. Yes, they're in the same county, but, they're different areas. So this is Catlett. And then I took care here to ensure that Remington, which again is an independent town, incorporated town rather, is wholly in a district. The voting precinct appears to split Remington, so I made adjustments there. So with that in mind, I just want to look at the overall picture here. So, and I'll come back to Prince William in a moment. So I've got a portion of Fairfax County. If you were doing a legal description of this, you would have a portion of Fairfax County and then describe it in a similar way that I did perhaps. And then a portion of Prince William County is one district. And then the independent cities of Manassas Park, and portions of Prince William are the other district, portion of Prince William, and a portion of Fauquier. But I don't cross into Stafford. And I have the balance of Fauquier is with Warren, which we saw in the delegate plan. And again, this is right along the I-66 corridor. And then I have all of the county of Frederick and the independent city of Winchester. So combined, Winchester and Frederick are about half of a Senate seat. And while that is, outside of the boundary of the region, we also discussed in the last time around that the regions are there for references, and we can go in or out depending on the population needs. So in this case, Winchester, Frederick, Front Royal, which is Warren County, and Upper Fauquier, and that's a district without going outside of the established political subdivisions of the counties and independent cities. And then the balance of Fauquier, as I described, with Prince William. So that's kind of how the pieces of the puzzle fit together in that area. And then similarly to what I did with the House of Delegates, I'm just going to talk about the southern part of Northern Virginia. So Stafford County, which has seen a lot of growth in the last decade, and even the previous decade. If you're familiar with the area, you've seen the hot lanes expand all the way down I-95. I personally know many people that have left Fairfax County and moved to Stafford. I understand it's a developing area and it continues to grow. If you take Stafford as a whole, Fredericksburg as a whole, not splitting it, and then King George, which has the military area at Dahlgren in this area, those end up being one Senate district. So they are 1, 2, 3 jurisdictions, not Spotsylvania, but 3 of those 4 jurisdictions have a regional jail in common, for example, just as an indicator that these communities do associate from my own experience and knowledge. Then I have a district down here is Spotsylvania, Louisa, and Orange, and those 3 counties as a group make the right population for a Senate district. And then you've got actually Lake Anna right here, which is between Spotsylvania and Louisa. So, there's a lot of lake development in this area that sort of straddle the county lines between them on one side or the other of Lake Anna. And you've got Louisa and the small town of Mineral, which a few years ago was the epicenter of a small earthquake. And then lastly, we'll come up to Loudoun County. So as I mentioned before in the House of Delegates discussion, if you took Loudoun County as a whole, it's almost enough for 2 Senate districts. It's 1.95 for 2 districts. So if you took the maximum deviation of -2 and -2, you'd need 1.96. So you can't draw 2 districts entirely within Loudoun County at the deviation of 2%. So I put Clark County in it in entirety. There's no crossing over into another jurisdiction. So Clark and Loudoun. And then this area here in eastern Loudoun County, it's Sterling and Ashburn. And then this portion we discussed that's had a lot of growth around Dulles Airport. And then down here is South Riding. And then the balance of Loudoun County, including Leesburg, which is a incorporated town, and the other incorporated towns are paired with Clark County. And let's see, what else? I think that covers the basic descriptions of the areas. You can see that with the Senate districts, generally speaking, since there's larger populations, you may be able to have different groupings that are just a little bit different from the House of Delegates. And that's why the footprint for these Senate districts is a little different than the footprint for the House of Delegates districts. The populations end up going in a little bit different way. So that's what I have on the Senate. And then, I believe you have summary data that's been provided for you. Is the DLS provide summary data for some of these districts?
Yeah. It's available on the website, but it's not printed out in front of everybody.
Yeah, because as Mr. Strasma's map drawer was saying, that there is some other demographic data that's available, and there's summaries of it down here, and DLS has that data available for you if you want to look at that as well. So I guess I'll stop here and see if there are any direct questions, and then if not, I'll finish up.
Do we have any question or comment about this map? Anything you like, anything you don't like?
Madam Chair.
Who said-
Senator Stanley.
Yes, Senator Stanley.
Senator Bill Stanley. I'm looking here, and I don't see all of the data because it kind of cuts off at 16, but I see one minority-majority district out of Northern Virginia. How many total? Is there only one minority-majority district in those Senate seats up there? Because my calculation in my head says there's going to be 4 or 5. Probably in the Senate, it has to be 50%.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would defer to the attorneys on how to evaluate that vis-a-vis the Voting Rights Act. But the data for the plan that I drew is available, and it's subject to further analysis.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Is there any other feedback for this map or questions at this time? My next question